Well, all right. Consumer price index is out for April. It gives us some inflationary data for the month of April. So that's what I'm going to go over, and I'm going to talk about what this might mean for the real estate industry, especially localized here in the Colorado Springs area. Welcome to Jerome in Real Estate. I'm Jerome, your local realtor here in the Fountain and Colorado Springs area. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so this is going to be a really short one. I'm basically just going to go over the main CPI number. I'm going to go over what it means for the economy, generally speaking, and your pocketbook. And then I'll go into a little bit of what it really means for the real estate industry and mortgage rates. All right. So first and foremost, for April, the CPI data is showing that inflation rose year over year 8.3%. Okay, that's still a little bit lower than the year over year for last month, for March, but it's still just unquestionably high, 40-year high for the country still, right? So what that means is that the rate hikes that we have been seeing take place have not really affected inflation as much as we would have hoped, right? So if we're still at 8.3% and the rates have been rising little by little, it's still not enough. So inflation still has a huge hold, a strong hold on the economy, which is just not good. So what that means for your pocketbook, it means that you're still going to be paying more for gas. You're still going to be paying more for food. And yes, you're still going to be paying more for housing, which kind of sucks because you're getting hit on both ends. The demand for housing is driving the cost up, and then you've got the rates that are moving up as well, which means that if you're taking out a loan, the cost of money is causing your monthly payment to move up if you're just buying a home, right? So yeah, it's not going to feel very good. And the whole point of raising the rates and mortgage-wise anyway, the whole point is to decrease demand so that hopefully it sort of neutralizes the inflation, right? But right now, it's not helping. It's kind of just being a double whammy. So it'll take some time for it to actually take hold. Where mortgage rates are right now we're at 5.57%. Nationally, that's on average. That's based on bank rate. 1 week ago we were at 5.5%. So in my opinion, what we're going to see is that since inflation is still continuing at such a high level, the Fed they've actually already stated that they had rate hikes planned for June and July. The Fed has no choice but to continue raising rates, right? They can't just stop because inflation is still so high. Until they start seeing a market improvement in inflation, the rates are just going to continue going up. So what does that mean for you all out there looking to either purchase a house or even selling your home, right? So what does that mean on both ends? Number one, it means that if you're purchasing a home, you can expect that if you're not locking in rates right now, further on down the line, you will have higher rates, right? Your mortgage rates are going to be a little bit higher than they are right now. And like I said, nationally speaking, on average from bank rate, we're at 5.57 right now. So if you're not locking in, then you can expect it to be a little bit higher later on. What about from the seller's end, right? So that's a little bit more nuanced, okay? I think at this point, because we are starting to see a little bit of a slowdown in demand, these mortgage rates are tamping down how many buyers are eligible to buy and how many buyers want to buy, because the rates are kind of freezing things a little bit, making people scared. Sellers are not going to be able to just put their houses up at exorbitant rates anymore. They'll still be high, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be just these huge numbers that, don't really have a comparison in the recent past, right? We're definitely going to start seeing some more logical prices on these properties. All right, so that's what I would expect. And the demand for them is going to drop a little bit because, basically the Fed's plan is going to start working. And we're actually seeing that a little bit right now. The Fed's plan is working. Demand is dropping, which will help neutralize the prices. So instead of it being a just all out knockdown seller's market, you're going to see it start to neutralize a little bit. I wouldn't say that we're going to see, a buyer's market very, very soon. That'll be some time. But I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of a neutralization of it, let's say. So really the lesson here is this. If you're looking to buy or sell, it's actually a decent time. It's weird, but it'll be a good time to buy or sell. And the reason why is simple. If you're looking to buy, you want to jump in before the rates continually get higher and higher and higher. Hopefully before it cuts you out of the market, right? So you want to still be, if you're in a good enough position, a stable position, you want to be able to grab the rate now while you still can, because it's pretty much guaranteed to continue going up. The Fed has pretty much promised that rates are going to be continuing to go up. And if you're a seller and you're thinking about it, it's still a decent time to sell. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that buyers are going to start getting locked out, which means demand for your home is going to go down. Okay. So if you're not selling now that you're thinking about it and now that you're able to, right, that means the demand for your home is going to go down, which means the price, the market price of your home is probably either going to stay neutral and you're going to have to just wait, or you're going to dial back the price. You might start seeing a price decrease for that home that you thought needed to be sold at this exorbitant price that you're capable of doing it at right now. All right. So I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but I think we're walking into a period where you're not going to see this, huge seller's market, and you're definitely not going to see the complete reverse and have a, buyer's market. It's going to be sort of neutral. So that's why I'm saying it's probably going to be a good time for very stable buyers and a good time for sellers who are logical with their prices. Okay. All right. That's all for now. If you like these tidbits and updates, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time every week.